Before we dive into the hot mess express that is MrBeast's recent controversies, let's rewind a bit and talk about how Jimmy Donaldson went from being a broke dude with a dream to becoming the most famous YouTuber on the planet. Back in 2012, Jimmy wasn't exactly a household name. He was just a kid in his room uploading random videos like, "How much money does PewDiePie make?" But Jimmy wasn't just another YouTuber chasing views. He had a formula, a blend of crazy challenges, extreme generosity, and wholesome content that made people feel good, and people loved it. He quickly became known as the guy who gave away cars, houses, and stacks of cash to complete strangers. While most creators were struggling to pay rent, MrBeast was out here handing out Teslas like Oprah. Over time, MrBeast's brand evolved. It wasn't just about big giveaways anymore. He started taking on huge projects, get it. But no, DogPack is actually a former MrBeast employee who worked behind the scenes for about a month. Yeah, we'll get into that later. Anyway, in July 2024, DogPack uploaded a video titled, "I worked for MrBeast, he's a fraud." In this video, he accuses MrBeast of some pretty serious stuff, like rigging contests, faking videos, and, wait for it, running illegal lotteries. Now, you might be thinking, illegal lotteries? What is this? A crime syndicate in a chocolate bar factory? And honestly, it kind of is. DogPack's biggest claim was that MrBeast's merch giveaways, you know, the ones where he says, "Buy this limited edition shirt and you could win $10,000, were actually illegal lotteries. Apparently, to run a legal giveaway, you can't require people to buy something to enter. But according to DogPack, Jimmy was using these giveaways to manipulate his young fans into buying more merch. Let's be real. If you dangle a $10,000 carrot in front of someone, they're going to buy the shirt. It's human nature. But here's the kicker. DogPack also claimed that most of these prizes weren't even handed out randomly. Instead, contestants were hand-picked, and some of them weren't even subscribers. Yeah, turns out those random subscribers you see in MrBeast challenges? Not so random. According to DogPack, many of them were friends, family members, or MrBeast employees. In one video, he even pointed out that the hiring manager for MrBeast's team was a contestant. Imagine going to work and your boss is like, "Hey, want to be in a video? We'll pretend you won this challenge." That's not a contest. That's employee team building with a cash prize. But wait, it gets better. DogPack also accused MrBeast of staging entire challenges. He claimed that production teams would manipulate results to make videos more dramatic or to avoid bad PR. In one instance, during the 100 Boys vs. 100 Girls challenge, DogPack said production helped the girls' team off camera because the boys were winning too easily. And here's where things really start to fall apart. DogPack showed screenshots and messages from former employees to back up his claims. He even pointed out inconsistencies in MrBeast's videos. Things like fake CGI explosions, timers being altered, and contestants' dialogue being scripted. Now, let's pause for a second. Is any of this really that surprising? I mean, have you seen Hollywood movies? Everything's fake. But the issue here is that MrBeast's entire brand is built on being authentic and trustworthy. His fans, many of whom are kids, believe these giveaways are real, that the prizes are legit, and that the challenges are fair. If that trust is broken, well, let's just say Jimmy's reputation is hanging by a Feastables wrapper. And let's not forget the most iconic line from DogPack's video. The raccoon was a paid actor. I don't know about you, but I need that on a t-shirt. Like, imagine being the raccoon in question. Yeah, I starred in a MrBeast video, paid in peanuts, still waiting on my IMDb credit. But jokes aside, this wasn't just a few disgruntled employees making wild claims. Millions of people watched DogPack's video, and the backlash was swift. Fans who had once idolized MrBeast started questioning everything. Was Jimmy faking his generosity? Were these giveaways just clever marketing stunts? The worst part? MrBeast didn't immediately address the allegations. Instead, his team sent a cease-and-desist letter to DogPack, demanding he take down the video. But DogPack wasn't backing down. Instead, he teased a part 2 with even more dirt on MrBeast. And you know what happens when you try to silence someone on the internet? It never works. All it did was make people more curious. I mean, come on, Jimmy. Have you ever met the internet? We love drama. You can't just wave a legal letter and expect people to forget. So, to recap, fake contests, illegal lotteries, rigged videos, and a raccoon actor. It sounds like a script for a Netflix show, except this one's playing out in real life. And things were about to get a whole lot messier. Because next up, we've got to talk about Chris Tyson and how his personal journey threw even more fuel on this dumpster fire of a controversy. Now, if things weren't messy enough for MrBeast already, let's throw a little more fuel on this dumpster fire, the Chris Tyson controversy. Because nothing screams, let's make the internet explode, quite like a high-profile gender transition and a very divided fan base. For those of you who don't know, Chris Tyson is one of MrBeast's oldest friends and a core member of his YouTube team. You've probably seen him in countless videos doing goofy stunts, eating weird food, and, just being the lovable sidekick. But earlier in 2023, Chris dropped a bombshell. He announced that he was transitioning. And let me tell you, the internet did what it does best. It lost its collective mind. Some people were supportive, others were, well, let's just say they were not thrilled. Now, to his credit, MrBeast publicly supported Chris. He even tweeted something along the lines of, "I'm proud of Chris for being true to himself," which is great, right? Support your friends. But, not everyone saw it that way. See, the problem is that a huge chunk of MrBeast's audience is very young. We're talking kids and teenagers. And unfortunately, some of their parents are the types of people who think saying "Happy Holidays" is part of a war on Christmas. You can imagine how they reacted to this news. Cue the outrage machine. Suddenly, there were calls to cancel MrBeast because he supported Chris. People started leaving comments like, "I miss the old MrBeast," or "This is too political. I'm unsubscribing." First of all, political? Supporting your friend's basic human rights is political now. What's next? Sorry, we're canceling the Feastables chocolate bar because it identifies as dairy-free. And here's where things really start to spiral. The Chris Tyson controversy became the perfect ammunition for people who were already skeptical of MrBeast. Those who believed the DogPack 404's allegations now had another reason to jump on the downfall of MrBeast bandwagon. They saw this as proof that Jimmy wasn't the same guy anymore. The narrative shifted from MrBeast is the nicest guy on YouTube to MrBeast is supporting things I don't agree with. I'm done with him. And that's when things got really ugly. Some fans even started harassing Chris online, accusing him of ruining the MrBeast brand. And let's be clear, that's total nonsense. But it shows just how divisive this issue became. Then came the conspiracy theories. Oh boy, we love a good conspiracy. Some people started claiming that MrBeast was forced to support Chris because of woke culture, or that Chris's transition would destroy the channel's brand deals. Oh no, the chocolate bars might be canceled because they're too inclusive. Let's pause for a second. MrBeast's entire brand is about inclusion, generosity, and making the world a better place. The fact that some people saw his support for a friend as the end of his empire says a lot more about them than it does about Jimmy or Chris. But here's the kicker. Instead of addressing the controversy head-on, MrBeast stayed quiet. He didn't make a video about it, didn't really engage beyond a few supportive tweets. And that silence, it spoke volumes. When you're the biggest YouTuber in the world and your best friend is at the center of a cultural firestorm, people expect you to say something, anything. But instead, MrBeast carried on like nothing was happening. New videos, new challenges, new Feastables products, business as usual. And sure, that's his choice. But the problem is, when you stay silent, people fill in the gaps. And boy, did they fill those gaps with wild theories. Some fans speculated that Jimmy and Chris were no longer friends. Others believed Chris was being pushed out of the videos to avoid further backlash. And then, there were the more unhinged takes, like MrBeast is secretly funding a woke agenda through his chocolate bars. Yeah, because that makes total sense. Buy a Feastables bar, fund a pride parade, sure. But all jokes aside, this controversy highlighted a huge shift in the way people view MrBeast. What was once a wholesome brand built on kindness now had a target on its back. And whether Jimmy liked it or not, his association with Chris became part of the story. So, to sum up, the Chris Tyson controversy wasn't just about Chris. It became a symbol of the growing backlash against MrBeast. For some fans, it was the final straw. They didn't want politics. They didn't want change. They wanted old-school MrBeast. But here's the thing. People change. Brands evolve. And in Chris's case, he's just being himself. If that's a problem for some people, maybe the problem isn't with MrBeast or Chris. maybe the problem is with them. Unfortunately for Jimmy, the timing couldn't have been worse. The allegations from DogPack 404 were already brewing, and now the Chris situation had thrown his reputation into even murkier waters. And trust me, it was about to get even worse, because up next, we've got cease-and-desist letters, deleted comments, and more accusations of shady behavior. MrBeast's good guy persona, let's just say, it was starting to crumble. Okay, so at this point, MrBeast's reputation is already on shaky ground. You've got allegations of fraud, illegal lotteries, and the Chris Tyson controversy splitting his fanbase in half. So, what does Jimmy do next? Does he address the allegations head on? Does he release a public statement to clear the air? Does he maybe, I don't know, apologize? Nope. He calls his lawyers. Yep. Instead of trying to explain things to his fans, MrBeast's team sent a cease-and-desist letter to DogPack 404, the former employee who started all this drama. Basically, the letter said, "Take down the video or we'll see you in court." Now, let me just say, sending a cease-and-desist to someone with a platform is like throwing gasoline on a fire. You're not silencing them, you're just making them louder. And that's exactly what happened. Instead of backing down, DogPack doubled down. He teased a part 2 video with even more dirt on MrBeast. At this point, it's starting to feel like one of those Netflix true crime documentaries. You know, the kind where they leave you on a cliffhanger like, but the real twist was yet to come. So, what was MrBeast's next move? Well, according to several YouTubers, his team started deleting negative comments from his videos. And I'm not talking about a few trolls here and there. We're talking about tens of thousands of comments disappearing overnight. Yep. People started noticing that if you left a critical comment on one of MrBeast's videos, poof, it was gone within minutes. It got so bad that one YouTuber, Upper Echelon, actually did an analysis on it. He scraped the comments on a MrBeast video and found that over 26,000 comments were deleted in just 36 hours. Now, I get it, no one wants their comment section to look like a dumpster fire, but mass deleting negative comments, that's next level censorship. It's like trying to plug holes in a sinking ship with Feastables wrappers. And if you think that's bad, it gets worse. There were even allegations that MrBeast went back and edited old videos to remove controversial content. For example, in one video, there was apparently a poster on the wall featuring art by Shadman, a very problematic artist known for creating disturbing and inappropriate content. Once people noticed the poster, MrBeast's team quietly edited that part out of the video. No explanation, no acknowledgement, just snip, snip, delete. And let's be honest, we've all tried to delete our embarrassing pasts. But when you're the biggest YouTuber in the world, people notice when things mysteriously disappear. Meanwhile, DogPack's allegations kept piling up. He claimed that MrBeast's contests weren't as fair as they seemed. According to him, contestants were carefully selected, and some of the results were manipulated by the production team. For example, in the 100 Boys vs 100 Girls challenge, DogPack alleged that the girls were getting extra help from the production team to keep the competition close. Apparently, it would have been a PR nightmare if the boys completely crushed the girls in the challenge. And get this, DogPack even claimed that MrBeast paid one of the boys $10,000 to leave the challenge early, just to even the playing field. Now, I don't know about you, but if someone offered me 10 grand to quit a YouTube challenge, I'd be out the door faster than MrBeast can say subscribe. But here's the thing, rigging contests is a big deal. MrBeast's whole brand is built on the idea that anyone can win. That's what makes his videos exciting. The idea that you, a random subscriber, could be the next person to walk away with a car, a house, or a giant briefcase full of cash. If those contests are rigged, that trust is broken. And when you break trust with your audience, especially when your audience is mostly kids, that's a PR disaster waiting to happen. At this point, fans were starting to turn on MrBeast. The comment sections on his videos were filled with people asking him to address the allegations. And how did Jimmy respond? Well, he didn't. Instead, he just kept uploading new videos like nothing had happened. And that silence, it only made things worse. Because while MrBeast was ignoring the controversy, DogPack was preparing part 2 of his expose. And trust me, things were about to get even more explosive. Just when you thought things couldn't get worse for MrBeast, DogPack 404 dropped part 2 of his expose. And let me tell you, this sequel did not disappoint. It was like watching a YouTube version of Empire Strikes Back, except instead of Darth Vader, it's a former employee holding a Google Doc full of accusations. So, what was in part 2? Well, for starters, DogPack doubled down on his original claims. He reiterated that MrBeast's contests were rigged, that his giveaways were illegal lotteries, and that his merch sales were exploitative. But this time, he brought even more receipts. One of the biggest new allegations? Mistreatment of animals. Yeah, things were about to get real uncomfortable. DogPack claimed that during one of MrBeast's videos, the team used a domestic raccoon as a prop. According to DogPack, the raccoon was thrown onto a bed off camera to make it look like it ran into the room on its own. And to make matters worse, there was apparently a lot of screaming and chaos to make the scene more dramatic. Now, I don't know about you, but if someone threw me onto a bed and started screaming, I'd be traumatized too. And I'm a human. Imagine how that poor raccoon felt. But wait, it gets worse. DogPack also alleged that some of the signed Feastables bars weren't even signed by MrBeast himself. Instead, other team members were forging his signature. There's even a clip of Tyler, one of MrBeast's crew members, signing MB on a shirt, then covering it with his own initials. Like, if you're going to forge a signature, at least be sneaky about it. This guy looked like a kid trying to copy his mom's signature on a permission slip. And you might be thinking, okay, so maybe some Feastables bars were forged. Is that really a big deal? Well, yeah. Because when your brand is built on trust and authenticity, even small lies can snowball into major scandals. But that wasn't even the most explosive part of DogPack's second video. Nope. The real bombshell was about a golden ticket giveaway for MrBeast's Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory video. According to DogPack, one of the golden ticket winners wasn't a random fan. Instead, the ticket allegedly went to Chris Tyson's cousin. Yeah, you heard that right. One of the biggest contests MrBeast ever ran was allegedly won by someone connected to the team. And if that's true, it's a serious legal issue. In sweepstakes and contests, immediate family members are typically disqualified from entering. It's basic rules 101. But wait, there's more. DogPack also claimed that MrBeast was aware of all this. He even hinted that Jimmy's lawyers were actively working to cover it up. And guess what? Not long after part 2 dropped, DogPack received a second cease-and-desist letter. At this point, I'm starting to think MrBeast's lawyers are busier than the Feastables production line. But did DogPack back down? Nope. In fact, he teased that part 3 would be coming soon. And he hinted that it would include serious allegations of misconduct within MrBeast's company, including claims of sexual harassment and toxic workplace behavior. So, let's take a step back and look at where things stand now. DogPack has released 2 videos full of allegations. MrBeast has sent multiple cease and desist letters. Fans are demanding answers in the comments sections. And MrBeast, he's staying silent while uploading more challenge videos. At this point, it's not just about the allegations themselves, it's about how MrBeast is handling it. Because when you're faced with serious accusations, the worst thing you can do is pretend nothing's happening. Fans notice, and when they notice that you're deleting comments, editing old videos, and sending legal threats, it doesn't exactly scream, "I'm innocent." It screams, "I'm in damage control mode." And honestly, the damage is already done. MrBeast's good guy image is starting to crack, and fans are losing trust. The question is, can he rebuild that trust? Or is this the beginning of the end for the most famous YouTuber in the world? Well, stick around, because the next chapter in this story might be the most explosive yet. So, at this point, MrBeast has 2 cease and desist letters out, 2 expose videos circulating, and millions of people watching the drama unfold. You'd think the smartest move here would be to say something. Address the allegations, explain your side of the story. Maybe even post a, "Look guys, it's all a big misunderstanding" video. But nope. Instead, MrBeast's response was radio silence. Well, kind of. He did upload a new video titled "Survive 100 Days in a Nuclear Bunker and Win $500,000. Because, when your reputation is on fire, the best move is to post a video about locking people underground for money. Nothing says "I'm totally innocent," like a video that could double as a psychological horror film. And here's where things start to get really interesting. Viewers who went to the comments section of that video to ask about the allegations noticed something strange. Their comments were disappearing. Fast. I'm talking blink and it's gone levels of fast. Naturally, people started testing it out. They'd leave comments like, address the allegations, or why are you deleting comments? And within minutes, the comments would vanish. Now, I don't know about you, but deleting thousands of comments doesn't exactly scream, "I've got nothing to hide." It screams, "panic mode activated." One YouTuber, Upper Echelon, even scraped the comment section of MrBeast's new video to see how many comments were being deleted. And the numbers were insane. Over 26,000 comments were removed within the first 36 hours of the video, going live. Think about that for a second. That's more comments than most YouTubers get on their entire channels. And they were gone, just like that. It didn't take long for fans to put two and two together. They started sharing screenshots and videos on social media, showing their comments disappearing in real time. Some even claimed that the video had millions of dislikes, though MrBeast's team was quick to deny those numbers. In fact, Keemstar, yes, the internet's favorite drama reporter, posted a tweet saying he had exclusive footage from MrBeast's team, showing that the video only had 37,000 dislikes. But let's be honest, Keemstar defending you is like having a raccoon vouch for your dumpster. It doesn't exactly inspire trust. And the backlash didn't stop there. Fans started combing through MrBeast's older videos looking for more evidence of shady behavior. They found instances where videos had been edited after upload, where contestants' dialogue had been altered, and where CGI effects had been quietly added. One of the most talked about edits was in a 6-year-old video, where the Shadman poster was spotted on the wall. After fans pointed it out, the video was quietly re-edited, and an entire month of comments was deleted. Now look, it's not unusual for YouTubers to tweak their videos after upload. Maybe you fix a typo, maybe you cut out a cringe moment, but deleting comments and removing scenes without explanation, that's next-level damage control. And fans were not having it. They started leaving comments on every new video, demanding that MrBeast address the allegations. Comments like, "We miss the old MrBeast," and "Jimmy, what happened to you?" We're popping up everywhere. But here's the thing. When you don't give people answers, they fill in the gaps themselves. And that's exactly what happened. Fans started coming up with wild conspiracy theories about what was really going on. Some said MrBeast's team was collapsing from the inside. Others believed he was being blackmailed by his own employees. And of course, there were a few people claiming that this was all part of a larger woke agenda. Because, you know, if there's one thing the internet loves, it's a good conspiracy theory. But let's get real for a second. The core issue here isn't about conspiracy theories or fan drama. It's about trust. MrBeast built his entire brand on being authentic and generous. People watched his videos because they believed in the magic of random kindness. But when you start seeing stories about rigged contests, fake giveaways, and censored comments, that trust starts to crumble. And once trust is broken, it's really hard to get it back. The biggest mistake MrBeast made wasn't the allegations themselves, it was his silence. By refusing to address the controversy, he let the internet write its own version of the story. And trust me, the internet is really good at writing stories. At this point, the question isn't whether MrBeast's reputation has been damaged, it's how badly. Can he recover from this? Or is this the beginning of a slow downfall for the most famous YouTuber in the world? Well, stay tuned. Because if there's one thing we know about the internet, it's that the drama is never really over. And as far as we can tell, this story is just getting started. So, here we are. After rigged contests, illegal lotteries, forged signatures, animal mistreatment, and mass censorship, the question remains, is this the end of MrBeast, or can he bounce back from this? Let's be real, most YouTubers wouldn't survive this kind of controversy. If your average content creator got hit with half of these allegations, they'd be packing up their ring lights and applying for a job at Target faster than you can say, Feastables. But Jimmy isn't just any YouTuber, he's built an empire. He's the face of philanthropy on YouTube, and his audience isn't just fans, they're loyal believers. Which raises the question, how much does loyalty matter when trust is broken? Let's look at the damage. Right now, MrBeast's reputation is in serious trouble. There's a growing divide in his fan base. On one side, you have the die-hard supporters who are convinced that all these allegations are baseless attacks from jealous former employees. On the other side, you've got disillusioned fans who feel betrayed, fans who believed in the good guy Jimmy persona and are now wondering if it was all just a marketing tactic. And let's not forget the Chris Tyson controversy. That added a whole other layer to this mess. For some fans, it was the final straw. They didn't sign up for politics or cultural debates. They signed up for crazy challenges and feel-good giveaways. But here's the thing. The internet has a short memory. We've seen big creators bounce back from worse. Heck, Logan Paul filmed a dead body and still managed to rebuild his career. If he can come back from that, anything is possible. So, what does MrBeast need to do to salvage his reputation? First off, he needs to say something. Like, seriously, Jimmy, just talk to your audience. The silence isn't helping. Fans don't want lawyers or PR teams. They want you. The guy who sat in front of a camera counting to 100,000. The guy who gave away his own money before he became a YouTube billionaire. A simple apology video would go a long way. And I'm not talking about one of those "I'm sorry if you were offended" apologies. No one wants a non-apology. We're talking about a genuine, heartfelt, "I messed up" video. Something like, "Hey guys, it's Jimmy. I've seen the allegations. I've made mistakes. I want to be better, and I'm going to prove it to you." Boom, instant redemption arc. Internet 101. But here's the tricky part. It's not just about words, it's about actions. MrBeast needs to prove that he's still the guy his fans believed in. And that means transparency. No more hidden edits, no more deleted comments, no more contests with questionable winners. If Jimmy wants to rebuild trust, he needs to be open with his audience. Show them the behind-the-scenes process. Show them how giveaways are verified. Show them that every contest is legit. Because at the end of the day, MrBeast's biggest asset isn't his money or his brand deals, it's trust. And without that, he's just another influencer with a target on his back. Now, will he actually do any of this? Who knows? It's possible that Jimmy thinks he's too big to fail. After all, he's got millions of fans, brand deals with Walmart, and a chocolate bar empire. Maybe he believes that this will all blow over, and maybe it will. But here's the thing about scandals. They have a way of sticking around. And if MrBeast keeps ignoring the problem, the internet will keep digging. The more dirt people find, the harder it will be to shake this off. So, where does that leave us? On one hand, MrBeast could bounce back stronger than ever. He could apologize, rebuild trust, and continue to be the king of YouTube. On the other hand, he could stay silent, keep deleting comments, and slowly lose the very audience that made him famous. And here's the crazy part. It's all up to him. The question is, will MrBeast choose redemption, or will he let his empire crumble under the weight of his mistakes? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, the internet never forgets. So, after everything we've covered, it's hard not to ask, is this really the end of MrBeast? Or is it just a bump in the road for YouTube's biggest star? Let's break it down. On one hand, MrBeast's rise to fame was unprecedented. He built a career on generosity, transparency, and authenticity. Three things that are now being called into question, from rigged contests to illegal lotteries to editing old videos to cover up mistakes. These aren't just small oopsies, they're serious allegations that could destroy trust with his fans. And when your audience is mostly young, impressionable viewers, trust is everything. Lose that, and you've lost it all. On the other hand, MrBeast is a YouTube juggernaut. His fan base is massive, and his influence stretches beyond the platform. From brand deals to philanthropic projects, Jimmy Donaldson is a household name. So the real question is, can someone this big actually fall? Well, history tells us yes. We've seen creators with massive followings lose everything when scandals and controversies pile up. But we've also seen redemption arcs, creators who've managed to apologize, change, and come back stronger. The difference is how they handle it. And right now, MrBeast's silence is deafening. Fans are demanding answers. They want to know what's real and what's fake. Was the raccoon a paid actor? Did Chris Tyson's cousin really win a golden ticket? And seriously, what's the deal with the cease-and-desist letters? The longer Jimmy stays silent, the more these questions will grow. And if there's one thing we know about the internet, it's that it never forgets. But here's the thing. This doesn't have to be the end of MrBeast. Jimmy has a chance to turn this around. He can be transparent, address the allegations, and prove that he's still the guy his fans believed in. But it's going to take more than a bunker challenge video to fix this. So, what do you think? Is MrBeast's downfall inevitable? Or will he pull off the greatest comeback YouTube has ever seen? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, assuming they don't disappear faster than a Feastables giveaway. And, hey, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss another deep dive into internet mysteries and controversies. Because trust me, there's always more drama on the horizon. See you in the next one.